Today we are creating a Photoshop multimedia tutorial. I'm going to open up our Photoshop and insert these pre-selected photos that I've already grabbed. This is Winston Hall of NC State University. We're going to go ahead and crop this down a little bit. Grab the crop tool, take out a little bit of the sky and a little bit of the street. Kind of narrow it down, get a more focused in view of our building. Hit enter to select what we want to crop and hit crop photo. Now we are going to go over and grab our next layer. We're going to be Bill Murray. We have Bill Murray throwing his golf club, but we're going to take that out and make this into a funny play on finals week. We take the magic wand selector tool. Would be an easy way to get the outline of Bill Murray just to remove him from the photo, but there's so many different shades and colors that we are unable to select him individually. As you see, we click all over and we can't get him as a whole. We just get little bits and pieces. So we're going to have to go over to the lasso tool, grab it, and we're going to have to outline him very slowly. It's a very, very tedious process. Now that we have Bill Murray selected, we're going to simply copy and remove the visibility of that layer, paste, and ta-da! We have Bill Murray, who is giant, in front of Winston Hall. So what we need to go now is click on the image and move him over to where we want to place him, as he is giant. Rawr. But go back up to transform, edit transform, scale. Now you bring him down to the right size. Now this is where you're going to have to play with it, kind of see what applies to each photo. Now we're going to go back and hold shift as we do this to keep the properties the same, so he doesn't get fatter or skinnier or taller. He stays the same. Now that we have him about the size we want him, take a minute to play with it. You can see he's still a little too big, so we're going to scale him down just a little bit more. And there we go. That should be about right. Maybe adjust him just a little bit more with the scale. And we will figure out where we're going to put him in this photo. Now it's probably a good idea to slide him over and put him in front of this gentleman, so you take away any depth factor that may look off because of him. So now that we got him where we want him, hit enter and set him right there. Next, we are going to get a new picture in here, create a new layer with this stock photo of paper flying. So this one will be a little bit easier. We're going to go back up to the magic wand tool, select the paper, you hold command. As you select them, you can select multiple different sheets of paper. You go through and click all of these, get the flying paper done. And we are going to have them all selected, and now we will cut it from the original photo and create the new layer on top of our Winston Hall pic. Now, of course, the paper is way too big, just like Bill Murray was originally. So we are going to need to go back up to edit, transform, and scale, and pull these guys in nice and small. Make them fit the picture. Now, unlike Murray, it doesn't really matter if you get these off width-wise or what, because it's paper. It doesn't look odd if they're not quite right. No one will really tell, like if you messed up a human. But now we're going to rotate them a little bit. Go back into Edit, Transform, Rotate. Kind of give them a different angle, like they're being thrown out of Bill Murray's hands instead of him throwing a golf club. So we're going to get that set in. Scale them down a little bit more. Don't want them to be quite that big. Make sure the perspective of the photo looks correct. Click Enter, and there you go. You have your finished product of Bill Murray throwing his papers in disgust as he's exiting Winston Hall as he's finished his exam.